How you doing, everyone? I hope you're well. We are going to look at the new lens from SIRUI today, which is the 35mm f1.4 Aurora. Now, I've been waiting for this lens for an extremely long time, and we're going to get into the reasons why a bit later, why I wanted this lens, but we're going to take a look at it in a 2-camera setup. So I've got the FX3 here in the front camera, and that is obviously full frame using the 35mm, and this really tight angle over here is my FX30 with the 85mm Aurora. I did a review on that, so you can go and check that out. Still have it to this day, still love it. And it's on the FX30 there, so it's probably a bit more than that 85mm. I don't know, maybe going to 100 or something like that. I was waiting for the 35mm because I love the 85 so much that I thought if they bring a wider one, I really hope that I get selected to review it, and thank God, yes, they sent it to me. And the reason why is because I want to start a new channel soon, and it's going to be very taboo subjects. Maybe a lot of people won't even like the subject because it's going to be completely different from cameras, nothing to do with cameras, but I really wanted something that could isolate, you know, my face, my body. Even if I'm in a small room like this, which the wall is so close behind me, I wanted something that gives me a bit of separation. And that's why I love the Aurora 85 so much. And now we've got the 35, it's just given me that boost to say, yeah, go and start the channel. But anyway, enough talk. Let's talk about some specs. So the lens retails at £411 for the Sony E-mount version, and it's quite a bit more expensive for the other mounts. I don't know why, because usually it's Sony tax that we pay. The lens is made of full metal and there's hardly any plastic on this lens at all. The mount is metal as well, and it's weather sealed. And we have a USB-C at the bottom here for firmware upgrades. It also comes with a lens hood, but the flaring is well controlled on this lens, but it's there should you need it. And the minimum focus distance is 0.35 meters. On the right side, you'll see a switch to declick your aperture, or you can declick it, which is much better for video, nice and smooth. On the other side, we can see the iris lock here, so you can lock your aperture. We also have a function button in the middle, and that's set to focus hold, but you can change this to whatever you want. And the bottom switch is the AF/MF, so you can do manual focus or autofocus. It's quite similar to the 85 in terms of size, so you can definitely see they look like a pair. Although they do have different filter threads at the front. The 85 is 67mm and the 35mm is 62mm. So you will need step up rings for your ND filters or step down rings. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. So the 35mm, yeah, absolutely fantastic. I've been using it on some passion projects and paid work. So the passion project, we used it on the opening scenes where the woman is talking, calling her boyfriend and stuff like that. And I just love the way it came out. We really wanted to go for a really soft look. You know, even though these lenses, if you step them down to f2.8 or whatever, f2 even, you can get a really sharp look. But we wanted something really soft because it was supposed to be the real world versus the computer world, kind of like the Matrix. So we wanted them to look completely different. So even though the lens was used on both of these shots, you can see how different we've graded it and how different it looks. And yeah, I just love it, man. So yeah, absolutely amazing the way that the footage came out. Now, you've heard me speak very positively about the lens, but there is a problem, and that's some of these lenses aren't operating as they should. Now, thankfully, by mistake, I got sent 2 versions of this lens. And when I was doing the tests out in the park, they looked beautiful to me with the bokeh, and most of my tests were with bokeh and shot wide open. But when I did a certain test, when I'm looking at the side view, I noticed that the bokeh was extremely odd. And at first I thought it was a very nice characteristic of the lens, but then when I went to do my sharpness test, I realized that the lens was off. Now, I'm pretty sure it's down to the optics. It could be down to the flange or something like that, the mount, but I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the optics. So I contacted SIRUI, but then I remembered that I had a second version of this lens. So I tested that one out, and this lens is absolutely perfect. So I carried on using this lens in the tests. Now, if we look at the first lens, the 40-1, we can see that at f1.4, the edges are just gone. The fall off is literally gone. And this was a cause of concern. So I stepped it down to just over f5, and you can see that the right-hand side is a bit softer than the left-hand side. So I knew from then that the lens was off. On the second version, the good version, you can see at f1.4, we get a nice sharpness all the way round. Stepping it down to f4 and f5, you can see that the sharpness is fantastic. So there is some variations in the quality of these lenses. Now, if you do happen to buy this lens and this optical quality is not what you would expect, it would seem that maybe you got one of the early versions which are not operating that great. So I would reach out to SIRUI or exchange it for a different version. I really hope this doesn't hurt my relationship with SIRUI, but I think these things need to be spoken about when there's quality control issues like this. I've never ever experienced this with any SIRUI lens before. They've always acted and just looked beautiful, wonderful, but it seems to be we have a problem with some of these lenses. So let's get to my final thoughts, and I'll base that off of the working lens. You know, it's easy for me to sit here and say, you know, go and buy this lens or whatever, because if I get them sent to me and I'm not paying for them, only doing a review, it's kind of like, yeah, get this, get that. But the Aurora series is quite affordable, and in terms of what you get, full metal body, you know, quality lens that you get that can take upgrades and all sorts of features that they have. But they are just genuinely good everyday lenses, and not just for everyday, you can use them on jobs as well. So yeah, I'd definitely give these the thumbs up. So that's it, that's the end of the video. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Later.